There's two buttons. What's going on? Welcome back, everyone, to another Thursday night with the Hot Dog FPV Team Talk Night. We got special guest Jon Wood. He's joining us tonight. What's up, Jon?
What's up, fellas? Glad to be here. Thanks, fellas. What's going on?
Oh, somebody's got it playing in the background.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got Spoonie looking all nice and fresh.
Dapper.
He's got his fresh ass fade, man.
Hat on. I don't think I've ever been seen on the live stream or any of my videos without a hat on.
With hair, yeah.
Yeah, you look all dapper.
Dude, super fresh. I like it.
Thanks.
The new face of
I was gonna let
FPV.
it go all winter, but my beard was getting haggard as shit, and I couldn't take it anymore. So.
So what's been going on this week for FPV? Anything fancy? Anything crazy happened this week?
China shop today.
Yeah, you hit a shop?
I flew an abandoned
Oh.
factory.
Oh,
I
sick.
looked up Shenango, China factory. It's they closed it a long time ago, and I sissed out the last time I was here, and I probably wasn't good enough to fly in where I flew today. But I finally blew up my Hero 6, which I'm
Nice.
disappointed
Yeah.
I probably wasn't good enough to fly in where I flew today.
R.I.P.
Finally blew up my Hero 6. Somebody's duplicating. But yeah, it was fun. Blew up my Hero 6.
It's an endless loop.
Yeah, whoa.
Echoing. He's got the feed up on YouTube.
Not me.
This is how we end up in a time paradox.
Yeah.
Time warp.
Let's just give some shout outs. What's up, Mickey Edmonds? Swip, Gearhead, Prototype,
Luxy,
Fly, Luxy, Tech.
Say
Hey, Ron.
Gravy.
Hey,
Gravy in
Ron.
the
Old
I've been
Gravy.
talking to Gravy today a little bit, and we
Gravy.
were shooting the shit. He broke his Hero
It's
6.
6. Yep.
So he went to Best Buy in the hood to change it out, and they warranted it as a 7 black. So he upgraded for $25.
What?
Yeah,
That
I'm
was like,
a fan of the Hero 6, so I
well, you
Yeah.
like that old firmware that's got that stabilization, that one specific like firmware, right?
1.6, yeah.
Kelly, have you tried the new firmware on the 7 yet?
I didn't know they released new firmware.
Dude,
It's
put
like
it
a
on
week
it right-
ago.
you need to put it on it right now. It completely fixes Hypersmooth.
It does.
No more of that glitchy shit.
No, it doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
we got rid of that.
It's like, yeah,
They,
it locks on.
they put the firmware that they had on 1.6 on the Hero.
Probably.
They probably watched your video and we're like, oh shit, we gotta go back.
We need to pull our head out of our asses.
1.61. I see it was just released on December 11th now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to try that, and I'm gonna wind up taking my Hero 6 back and getting a new 7. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? I will be right back. I got some kid problems to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually picked up a new GoPro. Well, not new, a used one off of eBay. I don't know if you guys saw those. They were selling them for $60.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I picked one up.
Crazy.
So now I finally am in the two GoPro club.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
I want to buy one to strip it down and make one of those.
dude. A true Cinewhoop.
Yeah, a true Cinewhoop.
Dude,
guys
that'd be
see that?
legit.
Dude posted Rotor Riot, the Beta 75X with the naked GoPro session on it.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
like-
The footage was legit as fuck.
Yes, it was.
And badass. 80 grams.
Wow.
Is that what it stripped down to, or was that the all up?
What's
What's up,
that?
Enoch?
Enoch in the house.
There he is, Ewok.
You
There
know,
he is.
No,
Eggnog.
Enoch.
Eggnog's here.
It's Enoch.
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
TV.
Yeah.
No one
You
knows
know,
what my
FPV.
name is anymore. It's all in, you know.
Your name is Parmesan.
It probably is now. I should change it. I'll be adding an E at the end.
I saw
after 2019.
I saw there was a Colorado post today about you can go and change your gender now. Maybe I'll go change it to Parmesan.
That's like the best gender.
Virjan in the house. What's up, buddy?
Speaking of Virjan, or Virjon, isn't it? Let's get that right. For everybody out there, it's John. Isn't that right, Copper Top?
Yes, it is.
His name is John, yes.
And even those that A with the 2 dots.
With the 2 dots is what makes it off. So there. Now the whole FPV community knows it's John and not Jan.
Yeah.
You can spell John so many ways.
No excuses anymore.
No, he's really cool about it too. He doesn't care. He gave up like years ago. He said.
And when we run gigs, it says
my life.
Virgin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it says Virgin on the timer.
Virgin.
No, sometimes it'll trip out and read JAN as January. It'll say like the 7th of January.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it only does it on his name. It's a trip.
So what's in the background there, Chris?
A big old wiener.
Man.
The hot dog.
I guess I got to get one now because Ben's got 2.
I've got 2.
Oh, man.
So two more of us have to bring one. I can...
if everybody in the chat doesn't know, half of us here are going to be going to Vegas very soon.
Yeah.
Vegas, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the only one on the team that's here that won't be going is Dave. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah,
Sorry, Dave.
Dave can't go because he's got to do work.
Well, he just got off a trip.
Yeah, he did.
So he came out to Colorado and went camp and all that. So he needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah.
I still need it.
You need some more.
Yeah, I can't wait for Vegas. We might be heading down there a little bit early. Who knows?
Uh-oh.
It is. Hey. No details, but
the Vegas event is January 12th.
Yeah.
It's the hangover.
Yeah.
Holiday hangover
put on by Sin City FPV. It's turning out to be a feisty event. There's a lot of good advertising. There's going to be quite a few people there.
I tripped out at first when Spoonie told me it was at Sandboyd Stadium because I went and watched the fucking Vegas championship there, and I'm like tripping out. I'm like, how is it in such a big stadium? And then today he's like, no, it's in like some grass lot. I'm like, that makes more sense.
That was not for an emotional roller coaster.
Like we made it.
It's there, but it's like in the side yard kind of thing.
Yeah, so like I punched in the address in the maps, and it dropped the pin right in Sandboyd Stadium. So I was like, oh, that's badass. That's where it's at. And then I did some reading today, and it was like something about an airfield or something next to the stadium. Yeah, right up here, and then now we're just gonna be flying over here in the grass.
Yeah, that's fine.
What would be even better
it'll be
if
badass.
DJI was having their convention in the stadium at the same time.
Well, there is a convention that weekend. This is, dude, I haven't hardly said anything about this, but there's the CES thing going on out there.
That same weekend.
Dude, yes. And guess who's going to be there? None other than the founders and the CEO and all that of Orca.
Oh,
dude, and I've already talked to them. So they said if you are ready to party, make sure you hit up the Croatian guys.
Oh shit!
So it's gonna be a freaking party. Yeah, if anybody wants to come out, get your own room at the Hard Rock.
Right.
We'll be up like way up high, baller in our suite.
a double suite, dude. The whoop track that we have in that place
is gonna be so sick.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
I need to put some new motors in mine.
Dude, I'm gonna have to go through
all of the parts in the case that somebody needs something.
Oh, word.
I still need to order some whoop batteries.
Yeah, I need some of them too.
But I am working on my 3-inch build for the race, and it's gonna be BQE SX3U. It's the Stretch X.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I got my motors in today. The
1408s.
Those ones that you sent us, the 14 or 4100 kV 1407.
they're 1408 4100.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
I got that millimeter to write home about.
Yeah, height
We'll see. We'll see. I got the 1407s. We'll see.
Dude, yeah. Are yours 4100s?
They're 4,000.
Oh, I got 100 kV and a mil on you. I don't know.
Maybe I'll just drop it in half race.
Mine are 1106, and I'm running 7,500 kV.
Well, that's different. That's smaller range.
Are you on 4S?
2.5 inch on 3S.
I almost tried to put a left-hand polarized on my Pixel, the 2S with the 1103 10,000 kV.
Ooh, yeah.
It's super duper light. It's like 79 grams all up with the lipo.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a blast. It's like a giant brushless whoop. I was brushless whooping before all this tiny micro hawk bullshit.
It's like you were 6S'ing before everybody. Before all the hype.
I was actually going back and watching my videos, as narcissistic as that sounds.
I do all
But I was just like scroll, and I was like, that's garbage video. I know that one. And then I watched a couple that I hadn't watched for a while, and I was like, man, this is a decent video. You know, like I know that sounds like I make good things, but no.
I don't like that. I got that too. Like, you know, a lot of the older videos are crap, but every once in a while you had that really good one.
Yeah,
one that just like stand out, and you're like, oh man, that's pretty good. You know,
like your 10th or your 20th upload, you're super proud of.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 200 uploads. It's a trip.
Wow, 200.
Wow.
Wow.
You ever catch little snippets of your previous videos and find like that within your style now, though?
Oh yeah, yeah,
totally.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool to see. That
definitely, it's cool to see like like a complete crap flying video, but there's still a little bit of just like intentional
it's like evolution.
Movement. There's a little bit of intentional movement, and you just kind of develop that over time.
Pretty awesome.
I remember when I was progressing in my flying, and it went from reactive flying to active flying.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it is. Because you're not like, I remember I had like a ZMR with auto level mode. So it was like a big super white wobbly wavy whoop that flies around on 3S.
Yeah, like a wet noodle going through the air.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, you think it's like, oh man, this is the coolest shit ever.
You're like, yo, this is so locked in.
Yeah, it's like straight up.
And it's like,
and then that one time, I remember the first time I flew an F4 board. I was like, wait a second, this is how they're supposed to fly? Like it was a fucking trip.
I remember also when I switched from, what was it, CC3D running Libre Pilot with, was it just PWM signal to the ESCs, and it took me like 12 solid hours sitting there on the computer just plugging in, unplugging, and trying to figure out how to flash Betaflight 291 onto that flight controller, and then finally getting it hooked up to one shot. Like it was I was like, this is a game changer.
I actually just had
game changer.
I had that memory pop up on my Facebook the other day. 2 years ago? The day after Christmas, I posted my first quad picture. Such an old piece of crap, like QAV 210, fucking wires everywhere, with like a knockoff GoPro, the $40 ones, and
totally.
I was so fucking proud of that thing. So proud of it.
That's like going through the golden age of quads.
Yeah.
Like when it's starting to work, and you're not trying to figure it out. You're using somebody else's knowledge and passing that on, like
hell yeah.
Yeah.
The rising as the phoenix rises from the ashes.
Yeah. Some people don't even know what a KK 2.0 board is.
Oh my god.
I don't. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, there was no, like, you could hook it up to the computer to put new firmware on it, but to tune and set it up, there's a little OLED screen on there, and you got 4 little buttons. I remember that. I had a memory card of me making a PVC.
Yeah, those are like 45 by 45 or something.
It's ridiculous huge.
Yeah.
What was it like for an 8-inch?
No.
It was for
what?
everything.
Yeah.
Anything I could fit in.
If you could fit it in a 3-inch, dude, it would fit. It was made for a 3-inch.
I had one of those in a hex, a big hex too, right before the DJI stuff like hit the States.
I put a KK2 in a CMR 250, and it was a great basher at the time. Like, I would set sticks up against a tree in the backyard and like go in there, you know. And of course, at that time, like a 6-foot archway hit the freaking side every time.
Yep.
I remember the days.
Yeah, we were talking about. I was talking about that with my wife today. Like the last time I came over here, I went to that China place and just flew outside because I knew that I wasn't good enough to fly inside, and so of course I break my GoPro today in there. But there was a couple of times where I was like, I'm so glad that it's been this long until I decided to come in here, because otherwise I would have just gone in and walked out like, 15 seconds later and been like, damn.
With broken shit.
With a handful of parts.
Yeah. There was some metal on the floor though, because now you spin the motors and they're got a little grind to them. But some silly putty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take the bell off and put that silly putty in there and peel it right out.
Yeah.
What up, Henry? I see you got the Ignition Boards YouTube channel going. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Congrats
Sorry,
on
Henry.
getting that going.
So, Henry asked me for the link like at 5:59, and I was like, bro, I already hit the button.
I hit the button.
I hit the big shiny red button.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's doing a giveaway too.
For an ignition board? That's awesome.
What?
Yeah, we linked it all over the place. Check it. It's on his channels for sure.
Yeah. John, you're a team pilot for Flyby, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're like, that's perfect. Wow.
Henry's awesome, man.
Yeah. Anytime I've ever talked with him, he's been super duper cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I've known Henry for a while. I met, I think the first time I met Henry in person was Maker Faire in San Francisco.
Nice.
I think it was. And then after that, we met up at the West Coast Throwdown. Not 2018, 2017. And I about killed everybody with my remote control airplane that was tail heavy. As soon as it came out of my hand, it was like backwards, boom, right into everybody.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to West Coast Throwdown this year, 2019.
They're supposed to be having a big X-Class deal out there.
I'm sure.
Reason to go.
Well,
they've been doing X-Class for all, like, since they started it.
Yeah.
If I remember.
Let's go.
Say again? Oh, yeah, we need to go.
Yeah.
I'm just want to congrats to Bradley on getting his first BQE frame. He got the Crasher 5 as fuck.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, it's like the arms, the body is the same as the regular 5 as fuck. And then the arms are wider, and they have the bot gear at the end where the motor is. And then I believe you also get a double thick top plate too. So it's pretty much, there's a race version and then there's a freestyle version. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so this is on the website. It's called what?
The 5 as fuck.
You go under the 5 as fuck and you should be able to get the Crasher.
For $50 frame, for the $50 frame, like, the basic 5 as fuck is legit as hell. Like, it's dope.
Let me grab one.
What's up, Vandal? Me and Copper Top are here every week.
Every week because they're part of the team. And if you guys don't remember, you guys don't have
It's
a good memory, you reverse your props and you put a sticker on there. But no, this is one of my 5 as fucks.
Hell yeah.
It's $66.66. That's fine.
Yeah, right.
That's for the bot edition, right?
Yeah, the Doug.
What up, Van? Van's my boy, you guys.
Hell yeah. Shredder.
Yeah, he's gonna be a serious shredder for sure.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Welcome, welcome.
What up?
Vandal, is that who you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he said he was first time in the chat.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's up, Miss K?
Parmesan approved.
Miss K, what's going on? And then we got is Flipside in the chat too?
Is he?
Is the misfit himself in the chat? I don't see
Probably
him.
not. If she's on, then he's watching the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they take turns.
Yeah.
So this week,
Yeah.
Stephanie and I took a little drive to the desert, and we put up
And you
her.
both came back.
We both came back. I didn't murder her and bury her. But no, I took her wing. I built her that giant wing. I know you guys have seen the video of it.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere.
Oh, you booped her in the.
I
Yeah.
booped her in the bottom.
Yeah, you underbooped
In the-
her.
Booped her in the
was like-
bottom in the middle of the desert.
I was like, you have a little bit of something, right? Boop, gotcha. But no, that wing, it's a Crash Test Hobby Grim Reaper XL, and it's got dual 4500 3 cells. It flies for like 20 minutes, and on her first time flying it, she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go until the video goes out."
Oh my god.
I'm like, untested. I like it. So
Send it.
yeah, well, the only thing I tested before I handed over the controls was I launched it, and it's got Horizon mode. So I launched it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I launched it in Horizon mode, and dude, that thing is so heavy that when I throw it, it doesn't have enough airspeed to have lift yet. So it drops and then is like a foot off the ground and then goes back up every time.
At least it stays up.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But I sent it up and I was like, well, let's see if this loiter mode works. And what I had set was altitude hold and position hold because I put the GPS on it. And boom,
cool.
flipped it, and it just circled around us.
Nice.
Like it could go for days. It was
that's
beautiful,
cool.
rock solid.
That's what I need. If I ever attempt it again.
Dude, this setting the thing up was super easy. I was amazed at how easy it was and how just automatic everything worked.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, and then I took it off Horizon, or I took it off the position loiter hold and sent it out a little bit, probably like half a mile. This is the test, by the way. So I sent it out like a half a mile, hit the return to home, boom, comes back, and I was like, I wonder what it's going to do when it gets back. So it hits the location and then just starts, and dude, it says across the screen real big, it says landing, and it just starts descending in this slow, smooth circle.
Wow.
Dude, I was like, this is so golden.
That's that Maytech or Matech
405 wing flight controller. It's got the PDV in it.
You could do that with any flight controller, though. I did that with the CL Racing one. I had that all set up. I just couldn't get my wing to fly.
Did you guys see when like Diego FPV was just getting that shit tested on? I think he was doing it
on the quads.
But dude, it came in and it was doing that shit around him, but it was more of like a death spiral.
Yeah.
And that shit was so sketchy. And he was standing right in the middle of the spiral, dude, as it came down and got closer and closer.
Well, the early versions of that, all the GPS function in Betaflight, like, were super like
sketchy.
Like, yeah, like it didn't always work, and sometimes the shit would like update the home point at a different point and would like try to take off.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's scary.
yeah. You can run INAV, and that's got super awesome, setup.
That's what that 405 is on that wing.
Yeah.
Which I'll probably be ordering another one for. It's on this side. This giant thing.
Oh yeah, from Sky Hunter.
Yeah, that is the full size Sky Hunter.
It's large and in charge.
It's a freaking giant with like a 70-inch wingspan.
yeah,
That's what she said.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So Spoonie, you got some new motors on that pink quad. Let me see those.
Right.
He is just freaking.
You guys see that these
Look at those pretty motors.
Oh man.
Yo, did you get those on sale?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I just
bought
paid
these
50 bucks on a set of those.
last week, and they went on sale today apparently. But these are the better ones.
Yeah, they're better.
Yeah.
A week
Because they're
older,
full priced.
Yeah,
full price motors.
they have to be better.
Now is that a 4-cell 2550?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 5-cell for you Colorado boys.
No,
Yeah, but it's 5-cell for show.
I'm still
See-
running 4S and all my stuff.
See, I figured it out. The whole reason that Chris and you guys out in Colorado need to run 5-cell is because you're higher in altitude.
Yep.
Yep,
They're
that's
just
why.
thinner.
That's why we
No.
run high pitched props.
Yep.
I'm on 5.
Yeah, and
So you need it to make up the difference.
you're in the Midwest still, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm in Arkansas.
Arkansas. So you're
Yeah.
flat, pretty much. You're not.
5S. 5S,
If it's
man.
just 5S, is just where it's at. Is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot. You have the
Yeah.
best of both worlds, As freestyle, I don't need 6S power,
yeah. Like 5S on 4S motors is just all you need in life. It's
That's-
really
Well,
As soon
like
as I
we-
kill
Chris
my
was talking.
lipos, as soon as I kill my 4S, the next ones I
Yeah,
actually
man.
buy are going to be,
all I gotta say right now. If you want some awesome fucking batteries for cheap, 5S 1500s from China Hobby Line, the 120Cs are $21.99 right now. There's
What?
Wait, the 5S one's on?
That's
Yeah.
crazy,
dude. I'm telling you, it's a $35 battery.
Holy crap!
Enoch is like such a hype man tonight.
I know. Right?
You just hear him every once in a while. He's like, "What?"
Yeah,
Blowing my mind, motherfuckers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. Yeah, $21.
dude, killer price. Like
Nice.
that's cheaper. That's as cheap as I would get them.
Right now, all that money you have left after the holidays, go spend it.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
got
spend it.
Don't save.
everybody's got a pile of money after the holidays.
I
Everybody.
know, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Crickets.
It's probably because you guys are buying presents for your kids, right?
No, I bought
Yeah.
a new camera.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Jen's got the money left over. We need to ask him to buy it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a new camera, so I'm going to apologize now for all the B-roll that's going to be coming out because
Sick, dude.
it's going to happen.
Sick,
What camera
dude.
did you get?
That's
Fuck
all.
the haters. Send it.
I got the
Yeah.
Canon
Which one?
D50. Yeah.
That's a nice camera.
Yeah. Kit FPV. He's in here or was in here.
Yeah.
I think he is.
He'll tell you. I was hitting him up on lenses for like half a day
Dude,
because I know
It's so
I know he
hard.
runs that camera.
I need to spend money on glass, but it's just so freaking hard. It's so expensive.
Yeah, but once you look at the quality shit that comes after you spend the
Yeah.
money on that glass, you're just like,
I know.
why didn't I do
For
this?
sure. Yeah.
I would,
so
but I like to
think-
have. I like to have like my gear, be my limit. I don't want to have like my gear outweigh my skill, and then I have this badass shit that I don't know how to use. I'd rather hit to that ceiling, and be like, okay, now it's time to fucking really actually go up.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, Canon M50. It's a good camera for the price. So
Oh yeah, dude.
it's especially good
Nice.
because of the small size.
Do you have a gimbal just for your GoPro, or do you have a gimbal for your DSLR too?
No, I don't have a gimbal for it, but the internal stabilization is supposed to be really good on it. So I'm going to check that first, and then if I need it, I'll fork out the extra couple $100 for a good crane gimbal.
Yeah, I got the Crane V2. not bad for what I paid $330 for it.
So on the
Yeah.
Canon, your lens is actually what houses the stabilization.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. All the lenses are what have the, but I think it's what not Nikon. They call it something else, vibration reduction or something.
It's called ISS.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a lot to learn about that side of things, but you know, it's just like 3D printing or anything else. You get into it and
Go set
rabbit hole.
Well, and you got
The whole
people
other hobby.
like you said, you were hitting up Kit for asking him questions. You know,
Right.
like we got all these other people that are willing to give you tips and pointers. And all you got to do is put it out there that you want a little bit of advice. You know, of course you get trolled a little bit too, but you know.
Yeah, he was down here, and we flew together several days in a row, and he had his camera, and I pretty much fell in love with it then. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Right.
That sounds familiar. Hey, Westside.
Yeah, that's basically what happened when Copper Top came here. He like had his camera out, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking badass. Do you mind if I like get some B-roll of you?" He's like, "Yeah, man, go ahead." And I like couldn't put it down, and then like 2 weeks later, I bought a DSLR.
It's like, damn it, I need that now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still over here with the Session 4.
Yeah. No, I guess I've graduated because I started doing regular stuff with the Hero 7, and it seems to work pretty good.
The 7 is a great tool for everything.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's good all around. Yeah, they just break like they're made of glass. That's all.
Well, they are.
Here's a tip though. when you're shooting here GoPro B-roll, change the field of view to linear. Don't leave it on the GoPro wide or super wide.
I like wide.
Yeah, linear.
No, linear because it keeps your horizon flat and it gets rid of the fisheye effect.
Well, dude, Premiere has a badass lens distortion removal effect that you can drop on GoPro footage, and it gets rid of that.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, that's adding an extra step.
Not to mention more processing power on Joe Stella's computer.
Yeah,
you still get a nice wide frame, you know.
Yeah.
Premiere.
What do you use?
Man, I got them both. I'm stuck on Final Cut, dude.
What are you talking about?
It's working.
Unfortunately,
literally, I just can't. I tried it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But Apple's real intuitive for me. You know, I'm one of the fanboys, so it just feels good. So you know, Final Cut, whatever, to each his own. You know.
Yeah, I started on iMovie. You know.
Yeah, I think I did too, actually. And that lasted like one half of an edit.
I became like I was stuck at this crossroads, you know, Final Cut or Premiere. You know, I didn't want to like start one a little bit and then decide later, but
yeah,
Premiere I've learned fairly quickly, and you know I got my workflow down, and that's really all that matters is being able to just pump out content.
Yep. I mean, does Premiere have a lot more to offer? I think so.
I think they do the same thing. I really do. You know, at the end of the day, you might be able to get a few little tweaks here and there out of Premiere, but a lot of those features we'll never use. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think that I like Final Cut just because it just seems a little bit easier to.
If you come from like you know the Mac background,
yeah,
I think anything made for a Mac is gonna just feel better running than say even like a PC program. Like they just feel way different.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, it's cool.
Chaotic workflow for me is like making claymation.
Yeah, he's another one of my buddies. He sent me that earlier. Sorry, I never responded, by the way, but I died laughing when I read that. It's a process, man. It takes a lot of dedication, as much as flying, as much as photography, as 3D printing, you know, all of it. But the key is when you find that point where it just makes sense to you. Like the whole process, from the flying aspect to how you go about finding your music and the feel for your videos, and pretty much how to like translate that. And once that clicks, it opens up a whole new perspective, I think.
Oh yeah.
But to
and
get
if
to
you,
that
guys,
point,
if you guys in the chat don't know who our guest is, this is just by chance. He's going to drop a comment in the chat so you can check out his channel. He just did
definitely
30-day run of edits. It's like nobody else has done that. I mean, go check out that shit. Crazy. And it's never the same spot, and it's always good.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was part of the challenge, was to not just go to the same park or repeat the same place. So that was as challenging as anything else.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
But I gotta give a shout out to Vandal though, because unintentionally this dude ended up going out, I think, like all but 2 or 3 days of me flying those entire 30 days. So yeah, he was ripping right there with me. So it was pretty cool.
Sick. That's dope, man.
Yeah, and that dude, he's like 5 months in, so like that was a lot of stick time for him to get in. So it was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, man, I appreciate the shout out, guys. It was fun, and I don't know, I got done doing it. Like I almost felt a little bit empty. I hate to say that, but it's like I don't really want to stop, but I kind of need to for my family's sake and Christmas.
Yeah.
It was like 2 days. 2 days from Christmas.
A lot slower when you're not flying every single day.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to take a break too. Burnout really sucks, and it's real with anything.
Now you can watch a few of your videos and be like, okay, like I can do something different here or there. Like that's that's why I make videos.
I'll watch them and I'm like, dang, I just did like every day I did the same move in almost the same spot.
Yeah.
I need to do something a little bit different here.
But that's how you get better. Is you watch your stuff and you self-analyze and you say, okay, I need to just do this different. Turn right instead of left.
Gets you thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a multi-directional turner. I tried to. Someone made fun of me in like my very first video. I think they were like, "Dude, did you notice you never even turn right?" And so from that, I noticed
that in people's videos. I'm like, he just keeps turning right.
Yeah, they favor one side. I
feel like when I do that flying, it makes me dizzy. I have to like straighten back out somehow. I have to like turn myself around.
I still have a tendency to fly to one side, favor one side for sure.
Right. I think one thing that helped me break that habit was going from freestyle and then starting to race.
Yep.
That really broke that habit, and I did notice that I could see race moves in my freestyle afterwards.
Dude, all day long.
Like when I used to fly, it would be like my power loop would be like, whoop, and then you like float way back and then like whoop, and then go for it. But then after racing for a while, it turns into power, and just
dude, like that video I posted, me rocking around the 5 as fuck. Like it was a straight like freestyle run on a race course. I was just like floating around.
Yep. Yeah. I noticed that.
That makes sense.
Specifically, I noticed when we left Vegas the last time, and I think we were in like Baker or something like that, and it was that desert spot, and it had those little gazebos placed out there, and they were made into little triangles with a little hole in the top, and like I was zipping in and out of those. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I see my race turns in that all day long, It's just weird how I thought it was interesting how it carried over. And I think it made me a better pilot.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And speaking of making yourself a better pilot, Joe has agreed to race when he goes to Vegas.
Yeah,
everyone.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm racing this guy, though.
That's cool, dude.
Dude, I raced my very first race was Drones in the Desert, and I raced my freestyle quad. I raced my
I'm not changing
my GoPro.
I'm not changing anything. Yeah.
Run what you know, man. Run what you
Yeah.
know and you feel comfortable with.
That's it.
I'll tell you, some of the
there's
races.
a file right there somewhere in case you blow something up.
Oh, I'm bringing 4 quads with me, so I don't for 3 days. So I don't give a shit. But
The heavier the quad, the less likely it is to be the one knocked out in the turn.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
These are pretty heavy. So
not always because
Not always.
I've snuck Spoonie out, I think, with my race quad when he had his freestyle quad up.
He did once.
Yeah, but
one
inertia
time we
overcomes
went-
mass
one time
all
we went
times.
Opposite through the same gate. And
Oh, yeah, the head-to-head.
I cut his quad in half.
Oh yeah, well, you hit my army man. That was when you knocked my army man off.
Yeah.
Joe, don't worry about
Yeah.
what you're going to race because
yeah, nah.
Kelly can tell you that during the regional qualifiers, I was running my Bot 5 bottom mount with a freaking lipo cardboard box shell on the top.
Yeah.
It was like a bus going around the track.
You teabag some people with it too.
Yeah, as soon as the lipo comes out of the battery strap and starts dangling, it's like my speed's increased by like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
What Joe really needs to do is either get on the sim or build a gate and just go hit the gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think one thing, like if you can make a gate and a PVC flag,
Yeah.
that way you can like go through the gate and go around the flag and come back and hit that gate again.
Hit the gate at a different turn, like go
Or,
left around it and then go right.
You guys saw the video I did with all the trees, the scraggle. Yeah, I should just just go there and rip through those freaking trees.
That's what I
real low.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Try and stay
used
in
to
that
going
4 or 5
fast.
foot range too.
Yeah.
And plan your route out or your line out before you get in the goggles. So that way when you get in it, it's like a track.
Gotcha.
So kind of walk it out where you want to and be like, all right, when I get to this tree, I'm going to go left. And then, kind of walk it out. So that way when you get in the goggles, you're not just flopping around through the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing I'm concerned about too, is actually having to follow a line.
It's
They'll be
hard,
cones.
but it
I've
makes
never-
you a better freestyle pilot for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
When you start,
It's just
forcing
I've never done
yourself to hit a line and stay in a line. Then when you're freestyling and you get into a situation, you can find a line and hold it much better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your first lap in practice, you should be going slow as fuck.
Yeah.
What's your camera? What do you run for?
Yeah,
camera
change
angle?
your camera angle.
Do like 20 degrees or something,
Yeah.
because that'll give you enough down so you can see down and go slow. But when you tilt up, you'll still have quite a bit.
Work up,
going.
but start fucking slow. Like, just make sure first time around the track, go slower than you want to, but hit every gate. Just know the layout of the gate, and I swear, once you get that first around the track, I don't care how slow you're going.
Then
you're just
on it.
You're just gonna just find it then.
Make sure you do the course walk too.
Course walk is a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
Mentally, it's a huge deal to just physically go around it, and like I try and concentrate. It's like boom, boom, boom.
I just try to focus on remembering how big those gates actually are because they look.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself.
They're bigger than you think.
Yeah. I mean, like I made a joke in our chat the other day of doing yaw spins through tree gaps and shit, but like seriously, like the shit that I fly normally is like a quarter of the size of these damn race gates.
Dude,
like,
that's why we practice.
So I got to keep telling myself that.
That's why we practice with 4-foot gates, because when you go hit a 6 or 7 foot gate at a multi-GP race, it's like fucking hot dog in a hallway. It's just fucking through it, Like,
yeah, you could drive a car through it. I mean, that's
Yeah,
no, I get it. I just
slow.
I'm psyching myself out because I've never actually done it before.
Yeah.
So
the most nervous part is the first second when they say, okay, like in less than 5, like that's the nervous part, But dude, honestly, let everybody take off.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Let them go.
Let everybody take off and just fucking go behind them.
And
I don't care.
Normally do get squared with the first gate and just start cruising.
Yeah,
they're gonna crash.
Yeah,
they're gonna crash.
You'll watch them crash out.
That's in any kind of racing though. You always get those people that jump off the line and then they 10 car pile up and you got the guy in the back that just cruises by everybody.
Right.
Yep. Slow and steady wins the race, man. I think I said that in the chat. Yeah.
Someone said it. I think it was Aaron.
We got to make sure that me and Kelly are not in the same heat. That never works out.
That'll happen.
Me and Spoonie need to be in the same heat. We'll just push each other. I know that.
Yeah.
Start drafting each other.
Straight up. We'll just like go back and forth the whole fucking time.
Shake and bake.
Like Chris is following
Shake and bake.
Like, dude, I'm on you. Like, you better get moving. And then, like, all of a sudden, I'm just pushed straight into the fucking ground. And he goes, like, and then he showed me the GoPro video, and he's literally following me, like, right behind me through 2 gates. And then he just, like, pushes me out of his way.
Robin's racing. Get the fuck on.
Hey, you know, I waited for a few gates, you know, for him to find his line.
Proper warning to get out of the fucking way.
Yeah, Spoonie, that was a blast when we flew. We were doing the same thing. Yeah, it's like if I'm going fast, you're going fast, and if you're going fast, I'm going fast.
Like I love like a badass multi-GP race, but there's nothing better than like going and setting up a track and running it with like 8 guys and just sitting there drinking beer, like not having to worry about fucking track times and this and that. You just fucking plug in and fly when you want to, you know. And,
I do like having the timer though available.
The timer is part of the fun because then you're actually battling each other. You know, like you know, like we'll do shit. You know, like at the end of the day, you know, whoever has got the fastest time, you know, they get a beer or you know. Dude, one day, our buddy gave away a quad. You know, I got this alien steel quad that I won one day, and you know.
And it's been on the wall ever since.
I'm gonna bring it down to Cali and give it to my brother though. He was asking about a quad.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. Speaking of people getting new quads, I picked up one of those Vortex 180s.
Hell yeah.
And it's being rehomed.
Yeah.
It's being rehomed to our buddy Jon John.
Oh,
really? It is. It's going to be for his boy.
Sick.
Nice.
Yep. He said he's ready to upgrade to something other than a whoop.
So with all that GoPro money.
Yeah. And then that documentary money.
Yeah. Dude. If you guys don't know, he won the part of the $1 million challenge that GoPro put on.
Oh, that's right. That was sick.
I think 56 people won it, and they split $1 million. So you do the math, but
he's killing
badass.
It.
Like 17K.
Yeah, $17K for him flying through a parachute
with the 7-inch quad.
With his 7-inch quad.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I bet the dude on the shoot was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I almost died just now.
Dude, I bet the faces of the people at GoPro when they first watch this footage, they're like, "Oh shit!"
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Did he just?
I think those guys went, "Oh shit." I was talking to Jon about that. He said that him and the guys had already talked about it, and he had tried 3 separate times before he actually got the shot, and he just wasn't comfortable, so he bailed last minute. So the guy knew it was coming. He just didn't know when.
Yeah.
Oh, that's almost better though.
Right?
Yeah.
Because then he can't.
I wouldn't want to know when I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You're just like.
It was over before he even realized what happened. You know, like.
Yeah, because you can hardly hear the thing coming up on you. It's when they pass you. It's like
oh man, I bet that was the craziest shit ever. Just like.
No man.
He told him too. He's like, I might hit your head, you know, and he's like, that's okay. I got a helmet, you know, like.
Yeah, better that than getting caught up in the cable or cutting it or
ripping
the parachute or
cables actually are.
I don't think it would have ripped anything. I think it would have just tangled some shit, which is just as bad.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, and it looked like when you hit Scraggle, where it's just like all of a sudden everything's great, and then you have a spinny world.
Yeah. Except you're the one that's actually spinning.
Yeah.
The other dude is trying to keep it out of his face.
Egg Fly, he's like, the wife looked over and saw Westside and said, damn, he's on all the streams. Yeah, you guys, my week is full of live streams. Just FYI.
He's addicted.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm watching the Misfits on Friday and Saturday.
Well, you're on the Misfit show every now and then.
Yep.
It's because he's always there. They're
Exactly.
like, he's an
Like, shit.
honorary misfit. Get in
John,
here.
John's always on there too. Oh yeah.
They have a cool
That's
stream.
that's a fun one, man.
Yeah, if you guys don't know
Yeah.
about the Misfits live stream, you need to check that out.
Yeah.
The last one was a little what do we say?
I missed the last one.
It was feathered a little bit. Like they had almost 50 participants in that one, but I think it was just for
During the
a
giveaway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was on
like
Christmas.
it was like
right?
double
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the spamming was just annoying as fuck.
Okay, I was about to come on. I was about to freak out and leave.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
that was-
once.
that was
Actually,
absolutely-
I was like, I can't deal with this. And then there was nothing else to do on YouTube or Facebook. I was like, I guess I'll go back to fucking the Misfit stream.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Kit says he's never heard of the Misfits.
Oh,
Be
dude,
serious.
Kit.
That's because Kit lives under a friggin' rock lately.
So let me just
Yeah.
explain. Let me just explain to you the Misfits show. They basically just you drop a link and they play your video, and it's basically just a big sub party, which is never a bad thing. When you sit there and just hang out, fucking drink your
Yeah,
beer,
cool.
fucking smoke your weed, whatever you do, and watch some cool FPV videos. It's cool because not everybody's always posting their own videos.
You'll stumble across a lot of really good pilots.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, I think my favorite pilot I found on there is MacTech. That dude is a straight ripper. I love his
Dude's
style.
good.
And I never heard about him, and I tuned in on the Misfits and saw some of his shit. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So, Kit, they have a
Yeah.
Facebook group page, Misfit FPV. Lewis Kellerman runs it, along with
Yeah.
some other.
Let me just, I'm right here. I'll just send him a link.
Miss
Yeah.
K.
Send him an invite.
Yeah, Mrs. K, Ick FPV, who's in the whatchamacallit
In the chat.
in the chat. Thank you. Jesus, I'm fucking out of it. I have a headache. I'm sorry, guys.
So Kelly, didn't you get an opportunity to fly someplace super dope this week?
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, down the street from me.
Yeah, so I actually flew last week at Mad River Mountain, which is where I grew up snowboarding. Well, I guess I started snowboarding when I was like 17, so I didn't grow up there, but that's where I snowboarded. And I did it there for a long time. Wound up flying some drone stuff there with the Squirt, and so I was on my way up here where I'm at in northern Pennsylvania, and I hit up the snow trails, which is in Mansfield, Ohio. And I've flown there before. I know their marketing guy. I didn't realize he was still doing it, but I just sent him a random DM on Instagram. So you can drum yourself up business by sending a freaking DM. But and I guess it's not really business or whatever you want to call it, because I didn't make any money doing it. But it's yeah. So I flew inside the lodge and then out and flew up underneath of the lift towers and between a bunch of people, and it was an active hill. And their one rule was that I wasn't allowed to fly over top of people, which is a typical.
That's a good rule.
Rule.
Yeah,
Because shit happens.
So I'm used to, not flying over people. So that was like my one main focus was get some cool footage. But, and halfway through, he's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. You can fly under people. I'm like, yeah, so I can fly under the lift, like directly under, the skiers and stuff. And
absolutely.
And so I did that, and then went over to their tubing hill and flew over there, which was really cool. And so that was a.
Dude, are you just loving that Squirt or what?
Yeah, I really do.
Dude, I want one so bad. That's got to be the next thing I build, dude.
I'm really excited too to update my Hero 7 firmware.
Dude, it's night and day. It's night and day.
Yeah,
I haven't even tried I flew today. I haven't even tried the hyper smooth yet.
I'll just say, like when I first got the 7, when I first got the 7, I thought hyper smooth was going to be super shitty for freestyle and perfect for long range if you wanted to just that extra little bit of smoothness.
Yeah.
And then I like went out and I like watched the footage and I just like watched my video go like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then I went and did like a freestyle pack and it actually looked good. I couldn't believe it. And now with the firmware update, like the long range stuff is just locked. Like they fixed it to where it's not working when it doesn't need to be, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, it's night and day.
I actually sent them a like whatever support ticket thing.
Uh-huh.
And like suggested
I bet that you weren't the only one, you know?
that not. And I mean, I literally read on the web that 1.6 was the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else had done a like comparison video comparing the 1.6 firmware from the Hero 6 to the 251 or whatever the latest one for it is. And I was like, oh, shoot, I definitely got to go back. And that was what made me just stick with the Hero 6 for the longest time because, I mean, I've had the 7 for basically since the day it came out or was available in stores, and I still use my 6. Well, did until today, more often than my 7. So it's good to hear that they did that because that'll give me a reason to not only use it but also do what you did and cash in.
I had very, very like low hopes. Like I was like, this can't be that much better, and it completely fixed it, and I tripped out. I was like, okay, now this is a badass fucking camera. You know,
I have to try it tonight, and
it was pretty frustrating. You know, you spend all that money on a camera, hyper smooth. You expect it to just be like, oh, like it's a gimbal. Like you don't need a gimbal anymore, right?
Nah.
Yeah. I will say I'm doing a comparison video of the Osmo and the Hypersmooth.
Yeah.
And I put the gimbal in FPV mode and I taped it to my Hero 7 with Hypersmooth on and then the Hero 5 with no stabilization. And the Hypersmooth Hero 7 looks the best. It absolutely does.
On this new firmware?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It beats the Osmo with an actual gimbal, huh?
Yeah, and I didn't have it in locked mode because I wanted to see just like the natural movement of walking around. You know, I was like running with it and stuff, and the Hypersmooth, it looks like it's on a gimbal, you know, but it's not.
Yeah, because I've used it before the update, and every time you do a semi-fast like snap roll or flip, it would get all like glitchy and weird and shit. And at that point, I just said, screw this. It's not even worth it.
I still stand by saying it's not for freestyle.
No, I don't think so either. But, like, if you're doing, like, flowy stuff, then, yeah, that's exactly what it should be for.
Yep.
If you're capturing landscapes and you don't want to fucking pull out a Mavic when you have a badass, stable fucking shot.
Yeah. Like, even before the update, I used it a couple times. Like, I flew down, like, train tracks, like, real low to get, like, really smooth, a cool look to it along the tracks, and it was perfect for that. But
I will say, do not run Hypersmooth in wide because you already get that 10% crop, and so it looks zoomed in.
So what do you use it on?
So 2.7 60 frame super view.
Okay, that's what I usually run. Okay. Cool.
I normally don't run super view. I just never really liked the way it looked. But it actually looks okay because you have that crop down from the Hypersmooth.
Okay.
That day, Copper Top, we were out ripping Mount Garfield. I had it on wide and 4K 60, and it was super smooth, but it just looked like it was just zoomed in, and it was very frustrating watching that video. I was like, it's just zoomed in. Like, what the fuck?
Just like a super narrow field of view.
Yeah, it wasn't like yours when it was like when
it went to narrow on its own.
Yeah, it wasn't like narrow, but it was definitely not wide. You know.
Yeah, I had a hard time editing those flights from there. Hey, there's a little guy in the chat now.
Come on, think about it.
Kason said, "Good night, everybody."
Good night.
That kid is so cute.
Night, buddy.
See his school pictures. Now we're getting off FPV talk, but man, like the school pictures are like God, that kid's got to be the cutest kid in the school. This is my kid, so I think that.
Yeah, I'm like, someone's biased.
Yeah. That's right.
I met him when we were in Ohio. We were camping like right down the street. That's when Kelly gave Stephanie the lawnmower, the mow cart.
Yeah, the mow cart.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The infamous mow cart.
So fast.
It does like what? I think it's like 17 or 18 miles an hour. So awesome. Sketchy. As soon as you hit 5th gear top speed, it's like speed wobbles and.
You don't know what speed wobbles are. They're really scary.
Yeah.
Really scary.
Like riding an old 3-wheeler.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or going down a hill way too fast on a skateboard. Those trucks are way too loose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so scary. Speaking of skateboard issues, I know some of you saw my post of me. I totally ollied up the curb at the post office, dropping off some packages for everyone, and I looped out as soon as I hit the concrete and landed flat on my back with my arms out, and I just laid there. And then I hear a lady like jump out of her car because it was parked, I don't know, 2 feet away from where I just completely ate shit. And she goes, "Are you okay?" And as soon as I said I was okay, she's like, "That was awesome."
That's basically what happened to me when I tried to get the Christmas party downtown here on the one wheel. I was like fucking rocking around, like I saw the yellow light and I was like, shit, I better get across the street. So I like kind of booked it. Well, it had rained earlier in the day and I hit one of those white painted strips in the road.
Oh yeah.
And the wheel just started spinning and I went forward. I had my gimbal with my camera in my hand. I fucking like that shit drags across the ground. Everybody fucking runs over to me. They're like, "Oh my god, are you all right?" Like, yeah, I'm all right.
I've eaten shit a couple times out here. Like I ate shit on my mountain bike right on the side of Main Street.
If nobody sees you, it's almost like it didn't happen.
Dude, I was on my way to work at like 7:30 in the morning. I had my phone in one hand and my coffee mug in the other. It's my kid's birthday, so my wife is holding cupcakes at the bus stop with all the neighborhood kids waiting for the school bus. I would come out of the neighborhood, around the corner to the street on my way to work, wave at them and like get on it to get going, and I hit top speed, which is like 17 miles an hour.
Oh my god!
And fucking wiped out. The nose dug into the sidewalk. Caught a groove. I went down flat. Like I didn't even have a chance to catch myself. Like coffee mug and phone, like into the concrete. Busted open my hand, bleeding all out of my knee and all over my wrist and shit. Yeah.
It sucks.
Then I have to gather myself and turn around and ride back by the bus stop and tell me if I'm all right. Get cleaned up and head to work. I had my headphones on, like jamming music. All my shit's just all over the sidewalk.
You were cool until that moment.
Totally, dude.
Oh, that's so funny. It's so funny because I can relate to like everything except for the one wheel, dude. Like,
right, it's a skateboard. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The wipe out on this is the same way. Jonathan wiped out at Drones in the Desert and ended up with stitches in his elbow.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's happened. Anybody that has skateboarded, I ran into somebody in New York that I was going the wrong way down a one-way road, and she was looking to cross the road and was looking in the proper direction, but knew that it was a one-way road, so she didn't have to look the way that I was coming from. And I swear, like, I had my line picked out, and I had just come off of the Williamsburg Bridge, which is a pretty cool bridge to skate across. And I come down and around this corner, and boom, she stepped right out, and like I didn't hit her, but my wheel hit her foot. Oh, and it was just like explosion everywhere.
Oh shit!
That sucks, bro.
I mean, I was mad at her, but it's like after thinking about the situation for a quick second, I was like, yeah, I am coming the wrong way on a one-way road, and she was looking in the proper direction that she needed to be. So, my bad.
Yeah. I almost ate it. I was going on the sidewalk, and the sidewalk out here is not too old, so it's pretty smooth. Well, in front of the pizza factory, it's not so smooth. Between each
The pizza
like,
factory.
where they have it's just like pizza place. But on the sidewalk between each block,
Right,
there's like
expansion
a
joints.
1-inch piece of wood that sits a half an inch deep.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So here
yeah.
I'm cruising. It's just like, and luckily I caught myself and looked like I was doing lunges down the sidewalk.
You
trying
walk
to
it
catch
out?
myself. I did walk it out,
for sure.
and then I
There
turned
you
around
go.
and get my skateboard, and the dude is just like standing there. He's like, "Well, that was a good one." I'm like, "Fuck you, guy."
You're like,
I got locked out of the chat. I can't. It says you've been sending too many messages. Take a break and try again. Well, fuck.
Somebody else chat.
What is-
who is ignition boards and
That's Henry
Oh, that's
Witherspoon.
Henry.
That's
Oh, is
Henry.
that- oh, fucking Henry.
She's Henry promoting your products.
That's the link for the giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Those boards are nice. I saw that hub motor that he had designed.
It's pretty
or whatever.
wicked.
Dude. It's supposed to be pretty effing beastly.
Yeah, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it, but the original one was going to be just a normal hub, He sent me this message one day, and he was like, "Bro, so I got this new design for hub. It's going to be like 12 miles an hour faster. It's supposed to be like," I can't remember what he said, but it was like kill yourself speed. And the first thing that came to my mind was like, dang, it just sounds dangerous. You got all your gear on, and then you're going to eat it because you're going like 35. Yeah.
800 watts per motor is what he's rating.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
It's a crazy motor, man.
12 on a skateboard. It's rough. Like going 18, 20 miles an hour.
Scary, dude.
That's too fast. I don't need to go that fast. But it's cool that it goes that
Henry,
fast.
what's the top speed on these?
I bet it's like 36, 37 miles an hour.
Yeah, 38 miles an hour.
88 miles an hour.
I
And
think
you go
it
back
is
to
38.
38.
Don't quote me.
Got a flux capacitor.
Right?
Fast. Too fast.
Too furious.
38?
Yeah, there it is.
You're fucking nuts.
Dude.
Give me- With your FPV bag, I mean,
Without your FT, you're geared up with elbow pads and a helmet. No.
You get
That's
speed
being the
walk like
motorcycle.
25.
Bro.
Yeah.
you're going to be the first one to the spot for sure, though.
Yeah,
gonna be
you're
doing
gonna be the first one to get your
on that
quad
thing.
on the walk of shame too.
Can you imagine you'd be passing people on the 25-mile-an-hour road?
Yes.
Rules don't apply.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
Dude, going that fast on a skateboard would be so scary.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
absolutely eat it up, dude.
Mountain stuff in 33, 35 mile an hour. It's fast.
Dude, it's really fast.
Yeah, I'm dying to get my hands on one of these, and then I'll be the one to show you how much it hurts. We got, hey guys, I got this new camera. It's this sweet Canon.
Yeah,
And
Wow.
yeah, glad I got the warranty.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
I've learned it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just talking.
Oh. Well, it's 7:09. I just wanted to change. Well, 7:09 where I'm at.
Yeah.
So,
10:09 here.
Yeah.
ooh,
Rainy.
man, you guys need to move west.
West side.
I'm right
All
in
right.
the middle.
All
I'm
right.
in the middle.
On the west side note,
Yeah.
we are out of here. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. I want to thank Enoch for silently being over here and hyping us up.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Enoch.
That's what's up.
It's like a cheerleader.
You're a man.
Parmesan.
Yeah. Hype
What?
man.
Parmesan approved.
Enoch, is there any plugs you want to plug real quick before we go off the air?
Yeah, plug it.
Yo, me?
Yeah.
That's
Plug
some
the
good plugging right
plug the
there,
par-
man.
Parmesan. Go to
Plug-
Drone Disorder Discord. Look at all the Parmesan memes. It's fucked up.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, and
Mr.
I want to
Enoch.
say that there's a really cool pilot. His name is Enoch. He's a
Yeah.
mystery. and I want everybody to go find him. Did
He
you
was
find
actually
him in the wild.
He was featured on the spotlight, the Rotor Ride spotlight.
Yes.
So congrats to Mr. Enoch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Good.
and I want to thank Jon Wood, just by chance, for coming on and hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Killing it. Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
everyone. We will see
All
you guys next week, Thursday, at whatever time it is in your time zone when we have our.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Night.